We're out of bypass, yeah.
We are in, yeah, correct. High pressure.
Okay. 26.1. 31. And 26. Nine. 351. 1 and 122. Okay. All right, in the water. Okay, got the butt light, port and
Head down.
starboard. So, lights are on. All right, enabling thrusters. Okay. There we go. All right. I am not seeing lights on mine. There they are. Okay. Ew. I have a ground fault, phase B, 506 kill.
Okay.
Let me, once I get down at 50, I can check. It might be that aft thruster.
Okay.
I'll let him get down to 50.
Likely, yeah, that was what it was yesterday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it did settle out though, so it might actually, if it is that aft thruster, it might settle out and get better, I think. Let me see here. We had it in the megs. We had one kill, one in the kill ohms at 276, so we're above that at least. Another one at 376, so. But that was at the very beginning. So it looks like as it went down, it squeezed and got better.
Okay.
Okay. And then whenever you're ready, I can get bubble cam and check those gauges.
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, what does that say?
Res is.
This is an audio slate
18,
for Dive
18,
Hotel
name.
2104.
motors at
UTC
8.
time
at 8.
is
Main
02000100.
is 7.
7, okay.
HPU is
00. Mark.
2800.
Okay, and then craft Term and thruster. Craft looks like it's at 7.
Yep.
Term is at 7.
7,
Okay.
and thrusters at 8.
8. Roger. Sounds good.
All right, I'm at 50.
At 50, Roger. I am going to go ahead and turn off aft thruster and see what's going on. I'll wait to hear from them and get control, and we'll check on our side. Res.
Okay,
97.
auto depth.
Okay, 97. Main is at, oh. 18.
How we doing? Can we, do you need to, should we do this, do we need to stop the ship, or are we good? Yeah, we're at 50 right now. Yep. Yeah, please. We are
Craft is 7.
zeroed. Tether wraps 6-8 has one turn, it looks like. So
Res.
have to work on that.
Okay. Temp 41. 33.
Roger.
Ready for transfer.
Ready.
Okay, bumping it.
I'll back off a little. Oh, is there?
All right, I have control.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, I have phase B back up. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on aft thruster again. Let's see what happens. Okay,
Should we?
362.
Okay.
Depth, we are at 49. I have the DC, or the ground fault back on phase B, so
right.
it's got to be that.
Yep.
Aft thruster still.
Okay. Should we head down?
Yes, if you are ready. Let me just finish with these and then I'll be set to go.
Okay. Well, should we stop the ship or? Okay. Cool. Awesome. So to make sure we're not getting too far away from the boat, from the Laffey.
Yeah. 6. 27.2. 436. Okay. And it looks like our phase A is also on the lower side right now.
Okay.
So not bad, but it is just lower than normal. Tension is gonna be okay. 3653. Okay. All right. I am set on this. It's gonna be. Okay. All right. That's done. Sorry, I'll be ready here shortly. Oops. Thank you, Dave. Sorry about that. I know.
Oh, I think that's the KVM. I'm not sure though, but. Okay, let's start heading down. Okay. You guys are ready? I can. Okay. Yeah. Go. So where do we want to approach from? Do we want to hit the bow or the stern? What do we want to start? The stern? Okay. All right. So what's our range from currently from the stern? Oh, okay. We'll just stay where we're at, and we'll walk over. Okay. Oh, it'll either squeeze out or it won't. I don't think it'll. Andrew, hi. Nice to meet you. This is our ship here. Target is on this screen. Fortunately, it's a little far over there, but you can see in the center there, that's the Laffey. And then we're on the northeast side heading down. Oh, here you go. Thanks, Johan. Right. That's okay. I'm pulling you out anyway, so. You bet. Yeah, we can get pretty close to the bottom. I'm just going to keep us stretched out, and then we'll get ourselves oriented and walk over towards the stern. It's only 100 meters away, so that way we can do a nice approach and look for any hazards and check our sonars. We do have a turn in, so we'll have you, when we get to bottom, I'll do a big loop to the right.
Okay.
And you can just follow me around. That should take it out of there.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, if you want me to slow down a bit. I'm starting to get ahead of you.
Oh, yeah, let me just...
Well, hello, my friends. Is now a good time to start a round of introductions? What do we think?
See if I can catch up on this.
It might be a time to
just let me know
start
if you need
meeting
any change.
folks. But first of all, hi. You might not have heard my voice before because I'm a science communication fellow joining for the first time, which means the 12 to 4 watch just got a little bit more exciting. We're actually diving onto the USS Laffey wreck, and we just dived in the water. Friends in the front row, is this a good time to greet everyone and introduce yourselves?
I think, I don't know, how are you guys doing? You guys ready? You guys good for an introduction? Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Magic.
Yep.
Yeah, if you wanted to start with the back row, you could do that too.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
sure. Here,
I can start over here.
Let's
in
do
the
it.
data logger seat. Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Noelle. I'm the data logger for the 12 to 4 watch, and I'm also OET's science coordinator, helping coordinate all aspects of research for all of our different expeditions that we have on the Nautilus. And I'll pass it to Larry.
Thank you, Noel. I'm Larry Mayer. I'm the watch leader on this watch. I'm also the chairman of the board of the Ocean Exploration Trust. But most of the time, my real-life job is the director of the Center for Coastal and Ocean Mapping at the University of New Hampshire. And that's a national center of excellence, developing technologies and approaches for improving seafloor mapping and ocean mapping. We've been at it for 25 years. And while I sit on the Nautilus here, we have a team of 7 other people on shore in Honiara, and they are operating an uncrewed vessel that we have, a vessel called the Drix. It's about 7.7 meters, about 24 feet long, a very, very sleek, beautiful orange vessel. It can go at quite high speed, and it has in a gondola in the keel a sonar system that can map up to about 3,000 meters depth, which will cover all of Iron Bottom Sound in terms of the depth there. And what we're doing is mapping ahead of the Nautilus. The Nautilus has a number of known targets with known positions, but there are many, many, many more wrecks on the bottom of Iron Bottom Sound whose positions are not known. And so the Drix is heading out there and trying to identify some of these targets, sending them back. And we were very, very successful. How many was it? 2 days ago now. I'm trying to lose track of days. Discovering quite a mystery, the bow of the cruiser New Orleans, which had an amazing story of losing its bow, as many of these cruisers did, as we've seen. But it survived and steamed all the way across the Pacific backwards without the bow. Really quite a story. So that's what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Frank?
I don't think you're on SPL, Frank.
We can fix that.
Hit the down. He needs to speak. Yeah.
All right, that better? Yeah, okay.
There we go.
I'm Frank Thompson. I'm the Director of Collection Management at the Naval History and Heritage Command in Washington, D.C. And I'm here representing the United States Navy. We are currently commemorating the U.S. Navy's 250th anniversary. And we are exploring wrecks in Iron Bottom Sound. We're part of the Guadalcanal campaign. And it's very appropriate as the Guadalcanal campaign is one of the more epic parts of naval history, plays a very significant role in our World War II effort, and it's an honor to be part of this this expedition.
Amazing. And I'm the new one on this ship, so it's nice to meet you all. Y'all have heard me, but I'm the Science Communication Fellow. When I'm not on Nautilus, I'm in Boston, the Museum of Science, and making lightning with our theater of electricity. So this is a definite change of environment for me, but same machines, different outcome, hopefully. And we can toss it to the front row. Who wants to start?
I can start. That's cool. We'll just roll down.
Yeah.
Jacob Stock. I am a navigator and seafloor mapper on board the Nautilus. When I'm not here, I work full-time at the University of South Florida. Other icebreakers. I like sailing, and surfing and hanging out with my dog.
Do you consider this sailing?
No, I do not. It's got to have physical sails.
There you go. I agree.
Next time, bring your dog on board, please and thank you.
I would love to.
If we
Yeah.
could.
If that was allowed.
If only we could.
As
never
chairman
leave.
of the board.
Hello, everybody. My name's Ben Irwin. I'm the Hercules pilot for today, and I've been flying ROVs for about 15 years, beginning right here on this boat in the Mediterranean, and then extending into a whole other category of ROVs with Ibari and Falcor and many other ocean institutes. And when I'm not here, I'm usually on one of those other boats, and or in Mexico, sailing on my boat with my wife and my dog.
Yes.
I'm Mike Burns. I am your Atalanta pilot for today. Been on and off ROV piloting now for the past almost 4 years. Most of you probably have seen me more out on the deck. So when I'm not up in the van, I'm usually deck chief here, or I'm also on other research vessels like Ben. So yeah, when you don't find me here, as with everybody else, you'll either find me on the water, mildly obsessing over my dog, which if you haven't seen photos of it is the cutest thing in the world, or lost in the mountains. So.
I'm Tess. I'm the video engineer. I just graduated from UCSB, and I really love freediving, scuba diving, and photography.
Whoa.
With everybody mentioning their dogs, I'm going to be the one that shouts out to his cats.
Thank you.
I'm allergic.
I have a little mini panther that I'm very proud of, and I actually named him Savo after the island that we're looking at right now.
Wow.
That's nice.
Well, ain't that perfect?
And I guess I'll chime in and say my wife has a dog.
So, what are we up to today? Why is this wreck so special?
Sure, they're all special. No, it's true. No, they really all are, and they all are very significant in
Laffey
commemorating the sacrifice that hundreds and hundreds of sailors made.
Laffey's kind of a favorite of mine and my boss Sam Cox. During the first naval battle in November of 1942, and she was, engaging the Japanese. Suddenly, out of the gloom, comes this hulking steel fortress.
Oh my gosh!
The battleship EI, and most people would probably be scared the hell out of with such a sight coming down on them, because EI is a much larger battleship, and this little puny destroyer comes up against her.
Yeah.
And I think most of us would be scared and getting ready to turn and run, but her sailors kind of rose to the moment.
Yeah.
And they kind of went down her side, firing her little 5-inch guns at her. It's kind of a classic David versus Goliath story. And her shells are credited with injuring the Japanese Admiral Abe and killing his chief of staff. Whoa. But the price to be paid for that moment of heroism was that she also took supposedly took a 14-inch hit, and shortly after the encounter was hit by torpedoes and sunk. Laffey won the Presidential Unit Citation for that action, which is the highest honor that can be bestowed on a U.S. Navy ship. And
I think she, in doing what she did, also diverted a lot of the attention from the rest of the U.S. task force. And
think of her 5-inch guns as kind of a mosquito hit. I mean, it took its toll, and it was a contributing factor to a series of other events that would ultimately lead to EI sinking.
I see.
So,
and are we expecting to see those, hits from the torpedoes when we see? And this is just the bow of the ship, is that right?
Yeah.
Because the rest of
no,
it.
No.
Oh, that was the other one. Okay.
That was another one.
So
we'll see what's left of her.
Yeah.
I guess one of the accounts, the hit came in the aft sections, and supposedly they have blown off a good chunk of her stern. but we'll see what there is to see shortly, hopefully.
Right, and we certainly, from experience with the other wrecks we've seen, we see very clear indications of each shell head, and you can typically tell the size of the shell. You can see a 5-inch or an 8-inch or I don't think we've seen as large as 14 inch yet, and that should be quite a substantial hole.
Wow.
Yeah, and we've really only had one, I guess the Northampton, where we saw really clear evidence of what a torpedo can do, and it was devastating.
Wow.
Particularly as Frank can tell us, the Japanese torpedoes were very effective with long lance. Is that what?
Yeah, the long lance.
The long lance
Wow.
torpedo. Yeah.
All good.
Okay.
How long do we think it's going to take to get to our depth here?
Well, we're almost there, I think.
Wow.
So we have to check with that kind of stuff. We check with the front row.
With the front row, yeah.
The
Should
front
be
row
there
knows where they're at.
pretty soon, I think,
Yeah.
right? It's only 600 something.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's actually
minutes.
shallower. I think at least the depth I had was closer to 460 or 470 meters. So.
Oh, interesting.
And so, in that sense, Noel and I are keen to see the abundance of growth on it, because we've been seeing a trend of more growth with shallower depth.
Okay.
See if it-
Investigating the davits, for sure.
And especially on the davits, yeah.
So
We'll see if that holds up.
what are we talking with growth? So what are we seeing, like the
We turn over to
ecosystem?
Noel for that. That's all just squiggly, smelly stuff to me. But
Yes.
Squiggly, smelly stuff.
That's
No,
our
we've
favorite
seen
part.
it's been variable across some of the wrecks. We've seen some with very little growth, and some of the wrecks, the last two, have been pretty impressive biological communities. We've seen pretty extensive coral coverage from a couple of species. I'm not totally confident which species we were seeing, but we've got a couple different soft corals, a couple black corals were spotted, a lot of gooseneck barnacles, a variety of different anemones. We had some Venus flytrap anemones. We had, what else did we see? Oh, we had a goosefish that people were really excited about.
cat
With,
sharks?
yeah, some cat sharks around the stern the last couple of wrecks. Yeah, and so it's been really wonderful to see.
Pink coral, black coral?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been fun to see the different life forms that are using these sites as a new habitat that wasn't there before, and we've had some good conversations about what that could mean and how these links are connected across the seascape. So it's been really cool to see, and hopefully we'll stay tuned to see what we've got on the slightly shallower wreck site.
Is this the shallowest that we've dove
On this lake so
on this
far,
one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Norbit data was at 6 something.
Was it at 600? Okay,
think
so then
so.
the depth reported was off then, because they're.
I think so, but we can confirm with.
Okay, well then it'd be back. I take that back to 450, because if the Norbit depth said 600 meters, and so it is.
So it is.
What I had was a reported depth, and to be honest, most of the reported everything's have been off.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
the challenge of shipwrecks for sure.
Exactly.
Especially, so when was the last time, because this was discovered originally with Bob Ballard,
Yeah,
right? This wreck.
1992.
And then, so there's some, what kind of footage have we seen of this? This is going to be a complete new step, right? We haven't.
Yeah,
kind of
they certainly didn't have the high resolution techniques we have, neither with the multi-beam nor the cameras and the immersive camera and things like that. I assume back then there was lots of still footage. What was quite remarkable, if you look at Bob's book about Guadalcanal, is there was a phenomenal artist who would take the still footage and create a rendering, a 3D, a very realistic looking 3D rendering. Really, I forgot his Marsh, maybe that was his name, Marsh. But very, very impressive to put together this rendering of what the wreck looked like. And that, there's a lot of artist imagination with that. But what we're hoping to do here is create a real image like that.
Yeah, get the real thing.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see all the detail that we imagine couldn't have found from back then.
Yeah, I think it was also visited in 2019 by RV Petrol, so there is some imagery from the sub as well. So yeah, it'll be great to conduct a really comprehensive survey at this site, collect some more imagery, really spend some time documenting all of these different diagnostic features, as well as all the different damage sites, and tapping into the collective knowledge with our scientists ashore as well. We've got a really great team
Thanks, guys.
that really expands our range of expertise beyond just what we're able to bring into the room and on the ships with us. So we've got scientists and archaeologists and historians from all over the world. Yeah, really just chiming in through our scientist shore portal. We've also got the ability for a couple of folks to chime in on the headset. So I'm not sure if any of those folks are online today for this dive, but if they are, please feel free to chime in. We'd love to hear from your expertise. And if you do, we'd love an introduction as well for any of those folks who may be around or come on later during the dive.
Looks like you're starting to get a couple of hits from the DVL.
So we should have about 90 more meters, 90 meters now.
Yeah, Atalanta's picking up now.
It looks like a bunch of folks are curious to see the view from in the room on channel 3. Is that possible to do? What do you think?
So, yeah, talk to Tess. Tess can do that.
Okay.
What are they asking for?
Yes.
They want to see our wonderful faces.
Oh.
They say the tether's great, but our faces are greater.
I'll do
There's
that.
a few face shots, but I can make them bigger.
Apparently that's what they're in for.
Great.
I'm excited.
That must be my mother.
Definitely following along.
Actually, now 94. Oh, July 12th. 94 on
94.
July 12th.
Is she going to be watching along?
Well, she tried the other day, she told me, and somehow couldn't get the link to come through. So we're sending help down there. Wow, thanks. I'm glad I brought that up. Remind me. July 12th.
July 12th.
You heard it, everyone.
Yeah, it
Remind
like
Larry, July 12th.
Mom's birthday.
I hope we get comments on July 12th.
Me
People
too.
asking.
Please. No, seriously. But let's see, how's it work? We'll have
Maybe the
we'll
13th
be,
for us.
Yeah, okay, so if they start reminding me on July 12th.
Assuming she's in the U.S.
Yeah.
60 meters from bottom.
Yeah, because if I call her on July 12th here, it'll only be the 11th there.
And now then she would think you forgot her birthday, and then you'd be in trouble.
Well, she was 94, so I can convince her it's any day.
Well, you'll just have to tell her that she has to watch on that day to see if anyone remembers. Wow. So this is the blue water, right? So this is where our two robots are slowly but surely getting deeper into Iron Bottom Sound.
Yeah.
The best part, he says, jesting slightly.
Okay, I'm going to turn on auto head.
Someone says that this is so awesome, but it would definitely be better with
Turning
dogs
on
on
auto
board.
heading?
Okay.
With what?
With dogs on board.
Yeah.
They're pro dogs. We gotta get some cat people here, though.
Well, Frank's a cat person.
Yeah, I'm a cat person. I'm a both person.
I'm a children person.
Fix it, hydraulics.
Those two.
I'd rather have children on board.
No, thank you.
Seems like a lot of tripping could happen easily.
About 20 meters.
Everyone's very excited to see Laffey. Which is so cool to see.
When I was sitting out on deck this morning, I was just thinking about how
Phase B, ground fault is looking good.
confined these waters are, and that all the shipwrecks that are here, and lost in different battles. Just yesterday we were looking at Northampton, which sank in the one of the last battles around the campaign.
Slowing down.
Then we were looking at Canberra, which was lost in the first.
Delta of 8.
And now we're getting ready to look at Laffey, that was lost
coming to an all-stop.
in the November first Guadalcanal.
I'm going to do a quick
so you got all these
quick log
battles and all these ships that sank but at different times, but yet they're all kind of in the same area.
Do some checks here.
Yeah, all coming together. And
so we're going from not just ship to ship, but battle to battle as well.
Your bubble cam
it's like changing history.
Yeah.
In astronomy, my background, that happens a lot, but it's not usually this close to each other.
Yeah.
So we just paused.
We're coming up on the bottom here.
On the bottom here.
Yeah,
wow.
first side of the bottom.
Wow.
And
so what's our plan here? Remember, we're gonna pause for some checks. Is that right?
they'll run through some checks. And
okay.
And in this case, we've already done the Norbit survey, the high-resolution multi-beam survey, so we have the orientation of the wreck, where it disappeared again, thank you. Disappeared, I guess they're not showing it up there. And so normally our first, the first thing we do is run the high-resolution multi-beam sonar over it and get the kind of outline of the wreck, see if there are things protruding out.
And that's from Nautilus, so we're sending
sound.
That's
actually from the ROV itself.
Oh, from the ROV, okay.
From a sonar, but it can stay up a little higher than it would to get imagery. Sound travels a lot better than light.
So we're sending down to the bottom, having it reflect back to, like Hercules, I assume?
Yeah,
or
the sonar itself transmits and receives, and that's on Hercules itself.
On Hercules, and that way you can get a much closer image of where, like, you know, a model of what you're going
right.
around.
Right, and here, if you look at that display, you can see
exactly that,
what it's like. So we know exactly its orientation. We see where things have stuck out or not, and then from that, the pilots can plan the very close dive where they have to do the imagery. But we did that right before we came in.
So we are already ready to get closer up.
So we're absolutely ready now to start doing the
I think
the
you
imagery.
needed a box to talk about.
Yeah.
You want one of the traveling ones, Bob? Well, why don't you take one of the portable ones?
That'll work.
Megan's on it.
So Bob Ballard's going to be joining us soon on mic 2, so we'll get the inside scoop. It'll be great. So there's some things to worry about,
Your
right?
res
When you're
on
getting
the
closer.
gauge
Has
gone down significantly.
All right,
kind of like walking a.
But your percentage on
this one,
that
this
They're,
one.
they're grown up, more grown up now.
Don't want to get too
My grandson.
So
too close to these wrecks and get them
Granddaughter.
tangled. So our marvelous
Hendrick,
pilots have a
my
lot
baby.
to think about.
In 1992, one of my colleagues came with Ballard to
daughter.
the 1992
My granddaughter.
survey, and he actually did sketches of what he saw from the video and all this. And this is his sketch of the Laffey wreck. So that's kind of what you're gonna kind of possibly see to kind of orient yourself.
That's my wife.
So we're looking at.
You can see part of the stern is missing, but it appears to be upright. You can see her gun mounts and things.
Okay, so this is our stern. So we're looking.
Right.
So that should be missed. Wow. Are there any things that we're worried about our ROVs, our remotely operated
Well,
vehicles
yeah,
hitting,
we've
or-
come across some unexpected like netting and things like that on one of the wrecks that had cables and things that we had to be careful not to get entangled with.
Yeah.
So that's why they like to do the sonar mapping first, just to kind of show if there's any really obvious obstruction we need to be watching out for.
Right, is there anything
And
we should worry for?
but like I said, when we were on the Quincy, we actually came across some stuff anyway that didn't show. But so it's better to be safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry sounds right. Wow. So I heard that some of our pilots can get very close to these wrecks. Is that what we're going to be doing today, or are we?
Well,
Like
it's
this
their discretion. So,
So we'll
Okay.
see how brave they're
yeah,
going to be
Sorry,
today.
see
we're
if
taking
the,
a minute.
and
Go
then
for it.
we'll judge the risk when we come to it.
All right. Excited to see. Wow. So
Go ahead. You turn around.
we had some questions here. They were asking if the Canberra was sunk by friendly fire. Does that sound right?
There's a speculation on that. Not sunk but disabled. I mean, yeah, she was sunk by
You hear
friendly
me?
fire. Although she was scuttled by U.S. ships, but there's some discussion about when she was disabled in the initial opening stages of that battle. It happened
you
very
can
quickly.
come to rest on like 180,
And,
Mike.
There's speculation that she may have been hit with a friendly fire torpedo. We'll have to examine the footage in more detail to determine that.
Really get a sense. Wow. There's so many floaters. Look at those cuties. Snow. Marine snow.
Locke, are you on SPL?
Yes, I am.
I am not.
I can't hear you, Locke.
Interesting. We'll work on that.
We also,
All right, Mike, you ready?
It might just have been the mic.
I am
not
ready.
Else got to keep the
Okay,
mic
we're going
right
to
up
start
in front.
heading down to the boat.
Can you hear me now?
I
Yep.
can hear you. Thanks.
Amazing.
And then just so you know, I'm
Yeah, we'll
completely
do our
dark up
regular
here.
routine this way.
Some little floaters.
I have no
My gosh.
camera on. Oh, those are, yeah, Herculeses.
You got it.
Okay.
So we can see.
What's our current depth?
Can't
see this yet.
690 on the
Okay.
other, I think.
In meters?
Excellent. Meters.
In meters.
Yeah,
All right.
we tend to work in meters. I'll
690 meters.
translate every once in a while for folks. So we're more about 2,100 feet.
2,100 feet. Wow.
Well,
Move
from an ocean
94
perspective,
meter,
that's not very
bearing
deep.
187.
Yeah.
187. Okay.
Bearing 187.
So where are we relative to the ship?
If you can see one of these displays
Are you talking-
here,
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
the Nautilus is here,
Okay.
and then these two little dots represent the Hercules and Atalanta.
So we're sort of northeast of the wreck right now.
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
And they'll be moving. They'll be moving, and they do this in small movements of the ship, the ROV and Atalanta. So we have a separate pilot
Is it on?
for Atalanta, pilot for Hercules, and the navigator is directing the ship.
So like broad strokes, we have to have the big ship, EV Nautilus, in the right place. And then we have a
There we
tether
go.
going all the way down to
Nice.
Atalanta that's
Nice.
bobbing with it. And then we have to somehow keep Hercules on a leash
Yeah,
without knowing
Hercules
it's on a
leash
leash.
is only 30 meters long.
Wow,
so
what
it
a
has
dance.
kind of a watch circle of 30 meters that it can move around.
Yeah.
But we never
Got
want
it.
to put
Yep.
tension on that umbilical, so
The
you
ship's
always
just
want to
getting
have
set up to walk over
Atalanta.
right now. We're going to
So hence why you need a
the boot's
navigator
already put in.
and like for the ship and two incredible pilots that have to work together.
That's exactly right.
Wow.
And they really, it's a real dance, and it's really quite amazing. As I mentioned yesterday, that here we are with a ship 200 and something feet long,
Yeah.
and yet they'll give it movements of several meters. You'll move 2
Wow.
meters to the left or 5 meters to the left.
Wow.
They'll give it a bearing. They won't say to the left or right.
This-
But that's
Yeah,
that's
the
how
silhouette is a
delicate
good-
the navigation
good
is.
visualizer.
Tiny changes.
And how precise it can be. And if we think about that in comparison to what happened during the naval battles in Guadalcanal, where one of the biggest issues is people just weren't sure where
Everyone else is.
everybody else was and where even they were.
Totally. That's sort of the idea between by these
it's
off-road
just an
cameras.
amazing
They're way in the back. You can see
evolution in 80 years.
Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Look at this little glass squid.
Where we can... Ooh, a glass squid? Oh. What's...
The last time I saw one of these, it turned out to be a colossal squid.
Was it a colossal glass squid?
Why is it red if it's... If it's...
Tess, can you give me a...
Herc's at 8 meters. I'm at
can you give me a zoom, Tess?
Yeah.
Ooh, whoa.
Coming up a little.
Go
I'll give
back,
you-
little guy. This is a squid?
It's a squid, a glass squid.
Oh my gosh.
Galatooth is some sort of...
You have a lot of luck with finding squids.
Squids are great. Oh my gosh.
We've been having them for lunch quite a bit.
Is that an eye? What's that white thing on the left?
Yeah, that's it. Its eyes.
Oh my god. Is there anything in there? Why is it so see-through? Oh my gosh. What a looker.
Oh, that's a good view.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Okay.
Glass squid?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I bet this glass squid is slightly confused about why it's suddenly so bright.
Yeah, that's...
Or maybe it's been waiting for all this time to sparkle.
Somebody in the chat's going to
Oh.
go crazy for that.
Truly.
They,
Everyone online is going to go crazy for
yeah,
that.
glass squids are very popular. Okay, we're walking? We're walking. All right, glass squid. Coming in, yep.
Goodbye, friend.
So you guys going to start at the bow or the stern?
We're going to hit the stern and walk our way northwest towards the bow.
All right.
Then we'll flop around to the port side. I think this is the port side. I think this is the bow. Okay.
Yeah, we're approaching on the starboard side. If I've got port and fore and aft right. I think the vessel is missing part of its aft end. And we've got a nice pointy bow.
This is our main HD, correct?
There's also a nice kind of depression in the sediment on the port side.
Just cleaning it up there, getting it out of view there.
Yeah, Chuck Haberline, who came with Ballard in '92, did a sketch based on what he saw on it, and it looks like
Noel,
she's missing
have
part
the ability
of her stern.
to focus these cameras?
You can see right here in this drawing.
And that's probably where the torpedo hit.
Somewhat. Which one is that?
That does match with the
ROV mid.
Okay, 1 second.
Target's about 60 meters out.
Okay.
Let me pull up that screen for you. Control screen. It seems to be really coming in and out.
I don't know if our lights look down enough to get it, but maybe they do. I'm not sure. We haven't seen.
See something on the sonar.
On Herc sonar?
On Atlantis.
It's on the Atlantis sonar.
Yep. On both now.
There we go. First hit on Hercules. I'm going to tilt up a little more. A lot of turbidity in the water.
Yeah, the bottom's coming into view there.
All right, he's starting to run. Whoa.
Oh.
This is, I don't know what this is.
So part of a debris field, looks like.
Yep.
Look, Noel, more of your white coral.
Is that Noel's favorite?
That was, it's been the most common species that we've seen on the last, I think the most common, one of the most common on the last couple of dives.
So can the coral actually grow off of any surface? Like,
I don't know about any surface, but it certainly can grow off of these shipwrecks, and there's lots of bacterial breakdown going on, which is starting to help kind of create this structure. But yeah, there's many studies that look at the varieties of structures that you can get coral growth on, and it's hit or miss. There was like a pretty famous failed experiment where we got really hyped about artificial reefs, and we were just like, we can put anything in the ocean and it will create habitat, and we dumped a bunch of tires in the ocean and imagined that that was going to be our saving grace for, you know, creating this new artificial habitat. And the plot twist is that it was not, and now it's just an environmental catastrophe that we have a bunch of tires in the ocean. So it depends. There's some species-specific preferences for the substrate type. It depends on what the larvae like to settle on. But yeah, we see it quite a lot on some of these shipwrecks, and you'll notice too some pretty clear patterns in where they like to settle within a shipwreck, for example. You'll see, like we've been talking about, some of the davits for a lot of the boats, as well as the guns. Anything that sticks out and kind of isolated up into the water column, where you're positioning yourself into the current a little bit more, has tended to be the most densely populated for a lot of these filter feeding organisms that are trying to grab food out of the water column.
And I think one thing you can say, and I'm certainly not an expert at it, is that the substrate has to be hard. They're not going to settle in the sediment, places that are mobile. So it has to be a hard substrate.
I'm looking at a comment here on our science portal chat from Jonathan Womack. He said, "I have new appreciation for Japanese gunnery after surveying the Battle of Savo Island wrecks." And I think no truer words have been spoken.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the one that'll much greater appreciation, not just for that, but the training of the Japanese sailors and manning their ships and using their weapons at that stage of the war.
And without radar.
Without radar.
Yeah. Wow. And the one that I think I'll never forget was at the Astoria with the big shell hole literally right in the middle of the aft end, and
That's
the aft
Vincennes.
end is probably more, not more than 30.
That's the Vincennes.
The Vincennes,
Yeah.
not more than 30 feet wide. So
Wow.
you know, to be able to put a shell from 5 miles away or something.
Yeah. If that.
Yeah.
So that's a tiny target to hit. Is
Yeah,
what, wow.
exactly. Yeah, when they hit the big cross section, you know, the side of the vessel, that's hard enough. But to hit that after end is just remarkable to me.
The first battle that took place off Savo Island in August 8th, 9th of 1942 was, if not the worst, the second worst, or it's definitely one of the worst defeats in U.S. naval history after Pearl Harbor.
Right. Wow. That's incredible. And is this while they're, so the ships would also be moving, right? And at what distances are you talking in these cases? Like how close to the ships
We're in
actually
very
get to you?
confined waters. I mean, it's
So small on a naval scale.
Oh yeah, this is. Someone commented earlier, said yes, Savo Island, Iron Bottom Sound is not the place to have a naval battle.
And yet so many.
Particularly with battleships.
Especially with battleships, yeah.
Now maybe PT boats
Sorry,
or
Ben,
something.
can you
but,
repeat that?
So not the place to have battles.
I mean, you've been on deck
yet.
here, so I mean, you're seeing you're on the battlefield, so that's
Yeah.
you can see land all around you. So
And so you think about a 600-foot ship maneuvering in this
In
kind
that
of
tiny
confined,
space.
yeah, and many of them.
yeah.
I remember I was.
All right, here there's some wreckage here.
Whoa.
Now we're coming up on the stern, right? So this should be where all the
Yes, yeah. This is the
should be
stern right
extremely
now.
damaged.
We're right at the
part
stern,
here, and that's what we're seeing is a lot of devastation.
on the starboard side of the stern.
Okay. Wow. So, do we know what hit the starboard side here on the stern?
Torpedo.
Japanese
The
torpedo.
torpedoes.
Yeah.
So this is the result of torpedoes.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. First sight of our ship. My goodness.
So John Parshall says the maximum range the Japanese sighted the Americans was about 18,000 yards, but most of the engagement was forward at something like 7,000 to 8,000 yards, so 3 to 4 miles.
Wow. And is that tiny on the scale? Like what's the typical, like what's the furthest that would ever be where you could try and, yeah, no.
Well, you know, a battleship's guns in theory could range up to 20 miles, so.
Wow.
Yeah, I think one of the records for a battleship's guns to hit a moving target was the British Navy's HMS Warspite struck a moving Italian battleship in the Mediterranean at maximum range. And I know there were a couple others that were very close. I forget what the range was off the top of my head, but that's a record that still stands, apparently. So.
Wow.
Hey, Frank,
Yeah.
could you move that a little closer to your mouth?
Sorry, is that
Okay.
better?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
We want to hear what Frank has to say. Whoa.
Yeah, Warspite, according to Seth, was about 15 miles away. And I think it was the Italian battleship Giulio Caesar.
Wow. So what are we seeing here? Is this?
That looks like one of her shafts.
And is that? So where is that in the ship? Is it?
That's
going
the aft end. That's where the propellers are attached to.
Okay.
And there's one suggestion that condensers, big round objects in the center of the frame.
Yeah.
That was a few minutes ago, so
Yeah,
it might be
this
other.
is what I think we're looking at is a shaft. We get to move our mark on the board now.
Yeah, but now I have to do it left-handed now.
Yeah, where'd the stylus go? Like a little kid with a candy store here. Cool.
Yeah, steamline or prop shafting. I think you're right.
Whoa.
And again, we're looking at the result of a Japanese long-lance torpedo.
It's just hard to find where the ship. Like I was expecting.
We're gonna run the
you know,
sides.
more context for where we're looking, but it's.
Yeah, again, if you just look over at this display, you'll see that here's the aft end, but the aft end is all destroyed.
Exactly.
collapsed.
Yeah,
and
it's.
and so the vehicle is sitting directly over
This
here.
will be
towards the
That's the
starboard
shaft,
side of the aft
intact.
end.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
as,
see.
as we move forward, it'll start
Looking more ship-like
yeah.
and less
Yeah.
torpedoed ship. Oh, so the shaft actually goes out. You're saying this goes out the bottom of the ship,
Yeah, that's
and
where
then
the propellers come out.
and the propellers are attached. So
Yeah.
that's oh wow. It's
Yeah.
amazing that you can catch that so quickly from just the first sight in there.
Well, some things are kind of, you know,
Obvious.
really, yeah, I mean, not obvious, but I mean, they're just kind of iconic.
John Parshall comments, the Long Lance carried a 1,080-pound warhead. So,
Oh my gosh.
so that's a lot of explosives.
And would that still be here, you think?
No, that
No.
exploded. And
Oh, I see. Understood.
and did this damage.
Okay, stepping right.
And Jonathan Womack comments that we might see the remains of the after body of the torpedo.
Okay, so we're coming up on.
Yeah,
We're
now
moving forward.
Yeah, we're now about a quarter of the way up the starboard side.
Okay. Okay. And what are we seeing here? So it looks like.
What do you need?
So for those of us who are just joining, we're currently in the middle of a dive to the USS Laffey. So this is a wreck, and we're in the Solomon Islands, looking in Iron Bottom Sound. And we're just looking at the starboard side of the wreck. So it's our
It looks like we're coming up some torpedo tubes here.
Oh. So those are our tubes. So what direction would these torpedoes be traveling when they launch?
Well, you turn the launcher and you aim it that way, then the torpedoes shoot out.
Okay.
So.
And so for our reference, would that mean the way that it is right now, is it going to the left of the screen or the right?
It's pointing aft right now.
Okay.
So it's not trained, as they would call it.
This is crazy cool.
So.
Oh my gosh.
This is kind of what you're looking at right here.
Thank you.
I'm getting some lighting on the wreck itself. Is with this camera here,
right
it's a little better, certainly.
Oh.
Maybe a function of the turbidity of the water, but.
So you had the model
Any
up on the
lines
screen,
on
just
my-
kind of follow along.
You can just check my starboard side every once in a while, just up above me.
I don't see
And when I
anything.
move into it, that'll be the biggest scary thing that I need.
Yeah.
I'm worried about. This is actually going to go pretty quickly, I think.
If anyone sees any evidence of a
Fairly small
14-inch
comparison.
projectile hit, shout out, please.
Yeah,
That's the one we haven't caught yet?
it should be an obvious hole. Actually, so from a biological growth perspective, this is very low.
How does this compare to the other wrecks that you've seen that aren't as shallow?
This one isn't shallow, actually. So
Oh.
yeah, the number we had ahead of time was off by more than 200 meters. So we're at 690 meters now.
We're speculating that since the torpedo tubes are not trained to either port or starboard, that the torpedoes are probably still in the tubes.
Yeah. So there are
get you to
a couple
look
of big
up
holes, but those are plates
Yeah.
that have clearly fallen off, fallen forward.
That's all good.
There's the other one. There's another torpedo tube.
There
Are you
you go.
getting?
Yeah,
Are you getting a still
you
shot
point
of
out
this?
the
Something
torpedo
on the
tube?
starboard there looks like, huh?
Yeah.
Where's the torpedo
It
tube?
looks like maybe
This,
a pole.
this whole
A
thing.
pole?
That whole
Yeah.
thing is a torpedo tube. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like this part of the ship is not a line.
Wow.
No, sure. That was a harsh comment there by John Parshall. See that?
Okay, stepping right.
I didn't read all of it before something else popped in.
Yeah.
I'm going to rotate slightly. I got pole coming up, so I just want to...
Yeah, it's a starboard and aft of you.
Wow.
No, that's
There you go,
davit on
Larry.
the
There's your
port side.
davit.
Yeah, there's the davit. That's
It's
a good
the
top
other
view of
davit
the
that we're
torpedo
seeing.
tubes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice picture.
Oh, so that door we saw would lead to the repair? Is that what you're saying?
And did that hold, that swivel?
Hey,
The
Jacob, when we get closer to the forward end of the torpedo tubes, would it be possible to kind of home in to see if we can actually see the fish?
Yes.
In the tubes?
Yeah.
Whoa. Go zoom tight.
Yeah.
So there are folks asking, what is the giant cluster on top of that?
The giant cluster on top of what?
I think on top of the tubes. Yeah. Maybe they can let us know what they're talking about.
From the picture that Jonathan Womack sent, there was a bunch of instrumentation, a course indicator, training hand wheel, and a gyro setting hand
Part of the
crane.
fire control.
Yeah, that up on a structure, and that would be just the kind of thing that would have the growth on it. So here's the mudline that we like following along.
Oh my gosh.
You know, Laffey had a very short life. She was commissioned in March of 42 and then lost in November.
So 4 months?
March, April, May, June,
July, August, September, October, November.
I would say.
So the math was spot off. So 9 months. What are we coming up on here?
That's
We're
your.
still moving forward,
your
so
it's not overhanging though. It's looking good.
Oh, here's an interesting question. So someone's asking, after World War II, did the military disarm any of the ordnance that could be reached at the time in shallow water?
well, I mean, I'll also just say, answer the question this way. They are still addressing unexploded ordnance issues.
Yeah.
You know, even back to World War I and before that. You flew into Honiara Airport, and you probably saw when you came through the immigration and all that, there was a big little banner on the side that about the warning about unexploded ordnance. And
What not to
my
do.
favorite one was, please don't take one home as a souvenir.
Oh my
That
gosh.
could be dangerous. If that wasn't the understatement of the year, I don't know what is. But
We'll make sure not to take any with us.
But in my hometown in South Carolina, they had Confederate projectiles in the cemetery in the church,
Yes.
and I used to jump on them when I was a kid. Found out later they were still alive, so I mean I could have blown myself away. But so it's something that when you see something like that and you don't know, then you respect it.
Wow.
My hometown is in Camden, South Carolina, but I did go to College of Charleston for my degree.
So
that's
we're
answering Jonathan Womack's question.
We're right about midships. Right about midships now.
Yeah, and it's all your davit there.
Yep, that was the davit. So again, this Noel, this seems to have much less growth on it than almost any of the wrecks we've seen, I think. Well, maybe except the Vincennes.
So how many people would be on this ship?
It's got a crew of 247.
247. Wow.
Just happened
like
to remember that one. So.
Yeah, well done. Pop quiz.
Looks like there was some damage forward of the keel, bilge keel there. I don't know if that's implosion or...
So where are we looking?
And we will try to work our way to see the inside of the...
So we're approaching the
torpedo tubes.
superstructure now? This is what?
Yeah, we're approaching the forward superstructure.
So
I don't think that's an overhang. Oh, it's an overhang. Oh,
I'm kind of wondering if this
Oh.
damage
First
we're
davits.
seeing here at this level was if that was actually caused by the 14-inch hit.
sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I saw it.
There's the deck house. Looks pretty
Oh.
good.
Yeah.
gosh.
They're different. This is the main HD. This is the Zeus camera. This one I don't think you can zoom on this one. This is the still camera. If I'm not mistaken, it's not zoomable. I think it, you
That's
can only
what you're
focus
looking
The
at. Right here.
CinemaCam?
Thank you.
I don't believe you can.
So we're
zoom
gonna
it.
come up on the gun
CinemaCam should
mount, so-
have like 2 or 3 steps that you can zoom, but that's,
All right.
I can't control that.
Oh, stand by one. Hold on.
This gives you a real sense of the size of people on the ship.
Just a minute.
Portholes and railings.
Is that? All right, Noel. Let's try that again. Try and focus. It's just not focusing. Something's wrong there. Yeah, that was.
It's
that,
quite dark,
That's me. So that's maximum zoom.
right?
I'll try and get a little more light, but I don't know that. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, go for it, Noel.
Yeah, it's
I know
really-
Jonathan was messing with some settings. That's still out of focus. He was changing the way they do focus. So there's a. Okay. Yeah, there's a. Oop, up. There you go. Oops, not put this here. All right, continue on here with our phase.
Yep, yeah, gotcha.
All right, how's my line? Any lines?
I don't see any lines.
It's always sketchy on the tops of these things.
Yeah. You look,
Oh my god.
Did we count the davits on this one?
you're looking clear so far.
You know,
Let's see, 1 boat, 2 boats.
Yeah,
Can we
these
go
are-
up a little higher and see if the gun director is still here?
Still got nothing above you. You're still clear.
thanks.
So when this,
This does pan down.
I'm noticing this wreck is very vertical. Is that really common for most of these, or?
I am using this one to.
Most of the ones we've seen have been sitting upright.
Wow. Because there was.
A few had
Still
quite
clear.
a tilt to it, but
All
almost
right.
everyone
You're
is
zoomed in,
everyone has been
There's the
keeled
director.
down.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
So
There you
that's
go.
the director up
Zoom
there.
out.
That's what.
Looks like some
Gotcha,
entry
I just
holes
checked
there.
making sure we're not
Yeah,
getting
it certainly
there
does.
goes.
trouble with our tether.
Maybe not a 14
This
inch,
is what we're looking at right here.
but
At the very
Yeah, I'll
top
try
there.
and get it.
So what is the director used for?
To direct the gun mounts.
The gun mounts?
so that does all the mechanical or
Tell them where to
computations.
turn and all
Ben,
that.
could we try to square up on the director for,
And then
see
the
if I can
range
get it to
point.
focus?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let's see that
The
long
cinema camera?
tube
On
through
cinema,
there,
lower,
Luck?
yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Is-
are 2 optical
Do you-
sights,
does
so
it-
you get a bit of parallax, so they can
Does the software you
judge
have
judge the range.
the
So a
focus
crewman would
mode,
climb in, or is
accessible
this
to you?
on its own?
So I don't know.
What do you
are
think?
The director's manned or the
Yes. Well, it's locked.
Oh,
And so you can view in both directions then. Is that right?
Yeah, it's really not.
So when you're looking, are we able, so someone would
You're
climb
looking
up?
inside a device, and it's
So
giving you
I'm going to do a
the
quick wrap
direction
on
and everything,
this
and
just
that's
to
what you
get
communicate to the
painted, and then we'll
guns as
just
to where to turn
move
the.
on. I'm sorry, Noel. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened between
Oh.
yesterday and today.
So no wonder that's at the very top
Yeah.
of the ship.
And in the cruiser actually saw
Still
each one of the
good.
gun mounts themselves had a rangefinder on it too, but
The rangefinders calculate the distance to your target.
So this gives you where to point, and then
The rangefinders tell you the distance.
the distance, so how hard to,
Yeah.
wow,
And together it's called fire control.
fire control. What are these little red guys on the little animals at the end of it? Some worms?
Yeah,
Just new home? Is that an anemone on the top?
it is.
What a good spot to live. Good choice, anemone.
That's true. The gun, there is a gun just to our starboard side and low. We'll see that in the next pass.
Whoa.
it's a focus. It looks like a focus issue. Oh. Well,
These are machine guns, I think.
Yeah. Can we zoom in to see if we can see inside the bridge hatch?
Sure.
I'm just curious if we can see maybe her helm wheel or.
let me get Bob back here to
Okay,
just take a look
Tess,
at
are
that.
you almost
because,
ready here?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'll get it lined up here, and then you
rather
Great.
let them know now
can
than
go peek in the window here.
Great.
Let's see. Actually, I'm going to come down, tilt up, and hopefully our lights will illuminate this. Go ahead.
That's the bridge, yeah.
I'll
Thanks.
Looks like the enemies really like that rail.
What a good...
It's like
There's the
Is that little-
telegram, or telegraph. Huh?
Yep, there's the engine order telegraph.
a little crab hanging out, too.
Yeah. It's kind of in, right here is the engine order telegraph. That's where the bridge would communicate
Let's see
with
if we
the
can
engine room
tell
to
what the last
let
order
them know
was.
how fast to go. Yeah, can we zoom in on that again to see if we can see where it was
Stand
set?
by, I'm going to get the tilt in the right way.
Great,
Thanks.
thanks.
But obviously, the bridge has been smashed and
So for those of you just joining us, we're in the middle of a dive to the USS Laffey. And we're looking at the bridge right now, zooming in, seeing the telegraph, a bunch of other cool things, lots of anemones.
engine order telegraph.
Engine order telegraph. What does that mean?
That's what you communicate with your engine room to let them know what speed you want.
Oh.
It's got little, you can see the brass handles on the top that would rotate, and then the engine room would respond, and there would be a little pointer on it that would acknowledge the order.
Wow.
I'm hoping we can possibly see the steering stand with the helm wheel.
Can we see anything on there?
Pilots are getting lots of really big compliments from our chat here.
Can we move forward a little bit on that, or is that as far as we can go? It looks like it's kind of broken, so it's, but it looks like it in.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't.
What are we hearing on the comments?
Well, I can't. I can't see any orders on there with the.
Yeah, it looks like the faceplate's kind of
Do you want
broken.
me to zoom a little further?
But thanks for trying.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah.
Not as pretty as the one yesterday on the.
No.
Okay. Okay. All right, stand by.
Is there any way to know what
About
position
10
they are? Like if like what the last command was?
That's what we were trying to
I
find.
can't tell.
Okay.
We did see
We
last
can't
night,
tell.
the other one was the stern.
Yeah, on the
On Canberra last night,
Okay,
we
Tess,
came
you can
across
zoom out,
that,
please.
and it was clearly, you could clearly read it was still attached to a stern.
But this
Thanks
one's a
for
little
trying,
harder.
Jacob and crew. Appreciate that.
All right, continuing on.
It looks like we're coming up on one of her 5-inch mount, which looks like it's trained to port.
This one's a bummer.
Which one?
This camera won't
Yeah.
focus.
Yeah, that would have been a...
There's a focusing mode. You can change the way that the camera focuses, what pixels it chooses in the algorithm.
Yeah, were you in here when he was playing with that, Ben? I'm trying to figure out what setting he was messing with.
It'll say something like focus mode or...
Yeah.
One of my buddies that's watching said he thinks he saw it say, that he think he can make out and said full or flank. So that would indicate she was traveling at speed when she was hit.
Wow.
Yeah, if we know the model of it and look at the position, maybe you can backtrack it and see what they...
It's kind of surprising to see her deck stanchion still there too. We haven't really seen that. Yep. No, Canberra.
I think he's out of phone range. I'm not sure that they have their Starlink set up there, Bob. Are they on
That's kind of interesting.
the wild bearing?
It looks like some possible implosion damage, maybe?
Whatever they call it.
Inclusion?
Implosion.
Implosion. What could cause that?
Or this, maybe just where she hit the bottom.
Oh. So you're looking at...
I'm looking at the damage
surface.
at the bottom.
Okay.
There's some distortion in the hull.
So this is on the right, or just across the board at the bottom?
Sorry, I pulled on you.
So what are these white things that are...
Those are portholes that have been blanked
Portholes.
out.
Wow. What a view. Oh.
Frank, would those have been welded over during the war? Like, were those closed up initially?
They were closed up as ships were being prepared for combat because they were seen as kind of a weak spot vulnerability. If they were open or damaged, they'd of course be a source of flooding. Of course, it made internal conditions hot in the tropics if you didn't have ventilation.
No doubt.
I don't see anything above you.
Here's one of the turrets.
Still clear.
Yeah, there's one of her 5-inch 38 mounts. Trained to extreme port.
So now we're about three quarters away up the starboard side.
The 5-inch
Coming to the
38
bow.
kind of became one of the main staples of U.S. anti-aircraft weaponry during the war. We're looking at a single mount, which was common at the start of the war, but it was later superseded by a dual mount. And that became kind of the secondary armament on our fast battleships, cruisers,
We'll
and the main
we'll
armament
really nice
on,
stuff on the center.
Yeah.
This
later
is just
destroyers.
A photogrammetry painting run.
Is that the bridge with the portholes?
And then the Fletcher class destroyers mounted single dual-purpose 5-inch 38 mounts as well. For those listening in the States, there are several good examples of destroyers from World War II that have been preserved as museum ships. So if you're finding this interesting, there are some that you can actually go and visit and see the intact version.
Are there any
So
of the same class?
This is the director
Not
again.
Benson, but there are several Kidd class destroyers and the succeeding L&M Sumners.
This is the director again?
Yeah.
Up here?
In fact, the ship that
with a crown
was named Laffey after this one sank was of the L&M Sumner class. And it is currently a museum piece down in Charleston, South Carolina.
How many Benson class did they make?
Not many. I think it was like 10 maybe.
Okay.
I'll have to check.
For viewers that are just joining us, could we get an overall orientation? We know this ship took heavy damage from the torpedoes, but could you give us the story? Do we think we have most of the hull length, or are parts of the ship missing?
Sorry about that. Let me interrupt just a minute. There were 30 Benson-class destroyers built into just separate groups.
Okay.
I think the lighting last night was, I think, the best. I think the lighting we had last night, my last shift, was the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was some other changes I think done too. So, but it's just hard to kind of think about it. I guess. Yeah. So anyway, it was, I think, last night. Did it? Okay. Well, the closer we get, I'll just fly a little closer, but it means our coverage is less. But for photogrammetry, the synthesis between all of these cameras can be pretty much, yeah. They'll all reconstruct, and then you can align point clouds and generate meshes from all these. So.
I'm chatting with a friend of mine who was the superintendent at the USS Kidd Museum in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which is a Fletcher-class destroyer. And he made a comment that kind of appropriate here because, you know, the survivors from these ships after the war, they went on to live normal lives. And they became very instrumental in preserving some of the World War II heritage. And Tim Nesmith writes that one of their early board members of their museum was a gentleman, retired Rear Admiral named Eugene Barham, and he served as the engineering officer on this vessel. So he not only survived the war and had a long naval career, then was instrumental in protecting, preserving history. Thanks for sharing that, Tim.
Yeah. There are some questions if it's possible to get the lasers on the wreck to just get a sense of scale. Is that possible, or would that kind of, I know you're doing...
We can, yeah, I can turn them on briefly, yeah. Sure.
And remind us, so how far apart are those dots on the lasers?
10 centimeters.
10 centimeters, okay.
They converge.
Yeah.
Wow, that just gives you a massive sense of scale. It's huge.
Some of the other things we found really useful are thinking about, there's many ladders here as well, and pretty easy to visualize when you could see a ladder to imagine a person site there alongside. So Frank, for viewers who are just coming in new, could you explain for us the sort of overall story here? We know Laffey took some really intense damage in the naval battle of Guadalcanal. Do we think we have most of the hull length here? What do we know so far?
Well, I think we definitely confirmed that there was a torpedo hit aft, and it's blown away a good chunk of her stern, which was in the after action reports. We've seen some what appear to be projectile damage, which would indicate, again, that she did, the damage was done in the duel she had with not only EA, but the Japanese destroyers that came upon her after her encounter. So she's kind of a hero of the battle here. I mean, she went up against, you know, impossible odds in an ultimate David versus Goliath, but you know, in the end, she was sunk in action.
Can you explain the layering?
That's odd.
Yeah,
we have not seen that phenomenon yet.
No, I don't know if there's been slippage or what. Jacob, is it possible for you in HYPACK to measure from the bow to the stern?
I can. I think I did it and it was like 80 meters.
80 meters. 80 meters?
Yep, I'm seeing 75 meters right now.
Okay, all right. So that helps us because the vessel was originally 106 meters long.
Wow.
And so we're missing about 26 meters of it.
Is that something that we would find elsewhere? Or is there multiple parts, or is that something that's gone?
You know, we don't know at this point. We don't know enough.
By the look of it,
the Norbit doesn't show nearby
just
the vessel
crumbled.
debris field.
Right.
And I don't know what the separation was from the time that explosion took place to when it sunk, and so it may be scattered.
When we came across the bow of the New Orleans, the actual damage from the hit, everything forward of turret 2, which included turret 1, was blown away by the torpedo hit. But what we found was just the bowser. We did not see any evidence of the gun turret that was also lost. So that's still somewhere out there to be found.
See anything?
Thanks, Mike.
More time to search.
And Jacob, if you could take the bearing of the vessel, looks about 320, 310, something like that.
Yes, 1 second. It's 310.
310. My eyes getting
Here's
a little
the bow.
better.
This is a great question here. If anything was happening in the sky during the battle, was there much air activity going on?
This battle is at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at that stage of the
there's something
war.
that could be a big shell hole there.
Yeah, look at that hole. My gosh.
Can we get a sense of how big? Can we get the lasers on that?
Yeah, that's big. 10, 20, 30.
Almost a meter, huh?
Yeah. Can we zoom in a little there?
Sure. Tess, go for it.
Got a view inside.
You said this is a meter across?
Roundabout, yeah.
Looks like we see inside some of the ship's structure there.
Yeah.
Maybe those were wooden crates or something, huh? With metal frames?
No, they look like
frames for
or beds?
bed frames or something like that.
Or storage racks.
Or storage racks,
shelves.
yeah.
Racks.
I'm sure one of my destroyer people are going to chime in and let me know what we were looking at.
Well, Jonathan Womack says we're in the vicinity of the Chief Petty Officer's showers.
I'm going to press in here.
Wow.
Or maybe the stateroom just after that.
Then I'm going to swing around, if you're ready.
Yeah, we can get out in front of the boat, maybe.
Yep.
And then we'll hold there for a minute.
So for those of you who are just joining us, we're in the middle of a dive to the USS Laffey, and we've just found about a meter wide hole. And is this the starboard side?
This is the starboard side.
This is the starboard side, yeah. Well, we're quite near the bow.
Or the bow of the ship. Oh.
Well, it's the starboard side of the bow section.
Okay, Tess, thank you.
There's another hole right next to it.
Wow. Keeping an eye. So there was damage from, you said at the at the bow of the ship that was torpedoes. What caused these holes?
Well, could be
Any-
artillery shells. There's some thought
yeah.
that it might be expanded by corrosion, but look,
Oh.
look at that on the top of the deck.
Whoa.
Pretty
Whoa.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh. Hello.
Paraphylla.
Could not see that one coming. Sorry.
You never know. You never know.
The little creature just wanted a moment. Okay. Do we know what this one is?
It's called a paraphylla.
A paraphylla.
At least that's the species name.
There it goes.
Oh, just floating away. Thanks for visiting.
Is this a hole? Like a? It looks like a damage hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it could. Yeah. Down to the chain locker.
Can we laser the hole, please?
Sure. Stand by one.
Is that like ribbing on the edge, or some kind of, or is that just?
Yeah.
What?
Or maybe anchor chain, or line.
The anchors are still hung. Yes. There's it on the right there. You see.
Oh, the anchor. Okay.
So a good 25 or 30 centimeters across.
Wow.
On that hole. All right. And I'll just quickly dip down, get the base, and then we'll come up and then swing around. Do the port side.
Yeah, no.
Our little friend's still hanging about up and above. Just a little blob in the void from Atalanta.
Stalking its prey.
Are we the prey in this case?
Okay, according to plans just put up by Seth, that hole we saw on the top of the bow section is supposed to be there.
Okay.
Jonathan, Jacob, could I please get a point on the bow, please? It'd be LAF alpha.
Will do.
There's our anchor.
It's the blob,
I'm so behind.
not the blobfish.
I'm sorry, Larry, did you say that that hole we saw on the top of the deck, that was supposed to be there?
Yes.
Okay.
So there it is in the,
Okay.
in
Oh,
the
okay.
diagram.
So the structure we saw on the outside would actually have been part of the original design then? Where kind of like that circle.
The circular hole on the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like how it had just on the edge kind of a higher
Yeah.
point. Ooh, any chance we can see her hull number? That's a cool question. Do you know where that would be on the ship?
We'd be up here on the
It
bow.
would be in this area, yeah.
Yeah?
Man, look at those guys just,
Wow.
you get on
But
the,
given the amount of growth we're seeing, I'm going to be very
Yeah.
surprised if we see it, but we might see part of it.
Get a sense.
and what's that protruding on the side that's let all that growth?
It's another anchor.
Be the anchor.
Oh, that's the anchor itself hanging
But
there,
it's,
yeah.
They seem to like that one better.
Yeah,
definitely
definitely.
on this side.
We know their
Oh,
favorite
lots of
anchor.
little mini environmental,
Looks like there's a lot more kind of implosion damage up on this side of the bow.
yeah, this kind of series of levels,
Yeah.
just we've not seen that at all. It kind of looks like ribbing, you know.
We had a question here. How maneuverable would this class of destroyer be? Especially in this kind of...
Destroyers are
Space.
just, they're smaller, fast, and maneuverable. So, yeah, she'd be very maneuverable.
See, this is the side that had the big berm. See,
I wonder if that's scouring from the current, maybe.
Could very well be, and that could explain why this side has so much more growth on it too.
Yeah.
If this is the side facing into the current.
Turning on one light.
Okay. We'll wait for the ship to get in position. And then we'll head down the port side, see what there is to see.
So what was the purpose of the hole that we saw? There's some questions about that, if any. Do we know now what that was there for, since it was part of the ship itself? I think that might be a still question for the mystery.
The history professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Seafloor action.
So one of my destroyer people, I'm asking to see if they know anything about it, what that opening was for.
It's good to have destroyer people
Yeah.
right next by. It's perfect. For those of you who are joining us, how many hours, couple hours into diving on USS Laffey?
Yeah, a couple hours.
Yeah, that went by fast. My gosh.
Well, we started about 1.
So
It took us some time to get down to the bottom, so we've actually been on site for about an hour.
Okay. All right, Mike.
That's a nice shot.
That's a really nice shot.
Yeah.
Squat lobster right there on the bow.
And those are, oh, I'm sorry. Oh. I'm just saying the red stuff on the bow is it.
Someone came back and said he believes that's the hole for the hawser for the anchor chain.
Oh.
Yeah, this is quite remarkable. That.
Yeah, it's almost like an accordion.
Yeah.
Do we think that's from the seafloor impact? Does that seem to be from the seafloor impact, Frank?
Your guess is as good as mine at this point.
Interesting. Okay.
We just haven't encountered this type of damage before.
I think this is what these fellows would call oil canning. Is it? They were thin-skinned.
I'm sorry, what, Larry?
I think it was described by one of our outside people as oil canning.
10 cans.
Where it compresses the air inside, or
Just crunches the sheet metal.
Yeah. Well, we'd be in the area where the hull number would be, so if anyone sees 459, shout out.
Is this the big style numbers or the small style numbers?
Is that a 4? No, that's rust, I think. This is rust. Oh, nope, rustical.
Frank, do we know if it's the, big style numbers across the whole hull or small?
Yeah,
it'll be a
just a rustical, I
Okay.
think.
All right, we have a request that there's a big gouge on the edge of the deck on the port side just after the anchor, and we'd like to get a measure when we get there. Oh man, look at that collapse there. Small numbers right in front of you. Easy for you to say. There we go, there's the gouge. Okay, so 10 centimeters there, probably opening up to 20.
Do we have a historical note on the gouge itself or remaining a mystery?
a mystery.
I think right now it's a mystery.
The
I
best
think
kind.
that's why our crowd is so interested in getting measurements on it. Whoa.
Huh. You can really see that tin can effect here.
Wow.
There was a question, do these kind of rust away? How long would you expect a ship like this, a wreck, to kind of stay here?
Well, she's been on the bottom now since 1942. So
wow.
So at least this
it's
long.
going to vary from shipwreck to shipwreck because it's going to depend on like salinity, depth, the incrustation and things like that. So, some of the ships we saw earlier didn't have a lot of marine growth on it and seemed to be fairly well preserved. And then we get to a couple of them like yesterday, and they're covered with marine growth. So, well on their way to becoming a coral reef.
Wow. Is this somewhere in between those two? Or
this one we've seen, there's probably more on this one than we've seen on some of the others. I think only Canberra and Northampton were a little more encrusted with sea.
It's interesting. The starboard side had much less growth, and I think on this side.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Larry.
I think the starboard side had much less growth.
Yeah.
And this side we're seeing much more, and that's probably this is facing into the current.
Look at that gun barrel. I mean, it's just covered. Rust-colored anemones or coral. Red lead color. But you can kind of see the way the gun mount is. You can see how far up it can train to make it effective against aircraft.
So this can point basically straight up if it needed to?
If you see right up here at the top of them, you can see the gun can go that up to here. So.
If I were seeing this during World War II, I'd be very worried.
Do you want me to take a look at that? Is it the Sony native software or the ZCam software for that? For this little guy over here?
Yeah, I think it's a ZCam.
It's ZCam?
It's just the web browser interface. It's up right now if you want to drop over here and look at it.
Maybe I will.
Germany crazy?
Yeah. Oh, it's like, yeah. What are we doing? All right.
Some analysis from our experts ashore suggesting that the gouge in the bow from friendly fire from an 8-inch shell, which would have necessitated it being from a U.S. cruiser rather than
USS San Francisco, I think. There was a alleged friendly fire incident here.
I like at least it didn't hit anything flammable.
Yeah, there's an expression, friendly fire isn't.
Friendly fire means that it was hit by its, own forces. It's not meant as a joke or anything. It's just,
yeah.
That's just the term they adapted for it.
I think just further evidence of the degree of just chaos, imagining these ships coming, colliding, combined closing speed at nearly 60 miles an hour in the pitch black. Those
a very
nights,
confined area too.
Extremely confined.
So.
That's been one of my takeaways being here is just, it's stunning to see how close the islands are together, to really, we're never out of view of the 3 island groups. And imagining all these ships in this space.
It'd be kind of nice if we could maybe do someone go up on deck and do a pan around from Guadalcanal to Savo Island to Longhi, just so people can kind of get a feel for just
how close
we really are.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of space, and that's in, Nautilus where. And at night even, you're not only worrying about
radar.
Without radar.
Without radar, yeah.
Some of the American ships did have radar, the Japanese did not. So,
Wow.
and the Americans
Not used
didn't use
effectively.
their radar to their advantage because one, it was still kind of a new technology on ships, and so they were still learning how to use it. But
Still blurry.
one of the ships that had a good radar set that could have detected the oncoming Japanese force, the captain only allowed them to use it intermittently and for like one sweep because he was worried that the electric transmission would be picked up, and so they kind of frittered the advantage away. Great cost to the U.S. Navy.
And in contrast to that, there was Admiral Lee, who was a radar expert.
Right.
A real student of electrical engineering, and he used it very, very effectively.
Very effectively.
Yeah. I remember some the research I was doing, just not only some of the distrusts of radar and the worries that weren't just because it was so new, and then also different ships having different radar capabilities.
It's
there
a
were
little
different
better,
types, and then
especially when we're up
some
real
of the
close.
sets used weren't effective in close ranges or close quarters like this with land masses because you couldn't distinguish between a ship and that. So it was, again, it was a learning experience for everyone.
One of the interesting things I learned that I hadn't known at all is that they would use color-coded shells.
I'm sorry,
there were color-coded shells, that the shells themselves
We're trying so hard.
Yeah, the battleships sometimes use their shells would have a die attached so that when they could tell which shells were detonating. So if a green shell might be for USS Wisconsin, a red might be for another.
But I think this was part of the telltale evidence that it was probably the San Francisco that hit.
Could be. Nice comment, Jonathan, with friends like San Francisco. One of the, as I mentioned earlier in our expedition, one of the takeaways the U.S. Navy learned from the initial battles around here was the need to improve communication and coordination and how to gather information, process it, and then make sure it got to the right people to be used properly. And that was kind of that was the foundation of what we now call a combat information center.
Yeah.
And excuse me, we had to learn a very painful lesson.
I think Homeland Security Forces learned the exact same, and first responders learned the exact same thing during.
Because you may have the best intelligence, but if you don't know how to process and use that information, it's useless.
And communicate. Yeah. Is that a ladder on the floor? Seafloor?
It is.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, never mind.
Float.
It's black.
Okay, so we're now about a third away
Have the Medusa
back up
jellyfish come back at
the
you.
port side. And again, this kind of really accentuated ribbing here.
Still clear. I am zoomed in.
Just make sure I don't run into that.
Yeah, that overhang.
There's a gun barrel, I think, at some point here.
Yeah. You passed over the one that you were zoomed in at. This one shoots over the shoulder.
Okay.
Wow.
For everyone just joining us, welcome to the exploration of USS Laffey, a Benson-class destroyer sunk in the first naval battle for Guadalcanal. Many different names for this, but a ship that was deeply in the mix, fought against many ships much larger than herself, and ended up sinking after receiving many artillery hits and a torpedo. We're starting to see some of that damage throughout. This is the first survey in a number of years, and we're excited to be here to understand the site better with high-resolution mapping imagery, with high-resolution cameras, to understand how the sites are changing over time.
Is that a signal light? I wonder what that is.
I was curious, do you guys know what that circular object is on the bridge?
That's what I'm kind of curious about.
Spotlight, maybe?
Someone thinks it's a, I guess if that's the round thing we're looking at, is a spray cover for a ventilator.
Yeah. When I looked at it, it looked like the ventilator covers we had seen on a number of the other ships.
You can see the portholes closed off with the X. Here's that weird kind of hull distortion.
So what side of the ship now are we facing here?
We're on the port side.
Port side at the stern, or?
We're heading towards the stern.
We're heading to the stern, but we're
about midships, I think.
Yeah, just
Midship.
approaching a little before the front superstructure, forward superstructure.
Let's see if we can see inside the bridge from this side.
Yeah, and we also want to take a look at those torpedo tubes.
Yeah.
See if we can.
All right, next on the agenda, torpedo tubes and looking in the bridge from the other side. Oh, the little purple
Looks
one.
like it might have something coming up.
Oh, what a cutie.
No, just part of the superstructure.
That's another davit.
You do have something above you, starting to come out part of the bridge.
Thank you.
$20mm with the shields intact.
Both shields intact. So that's an anti-aircraft gun.
You're starting to see that thing come up.
Did we see the shields in the earlier ones we were looking at, or is this?
Oh, they say it's actually rare to see both shields intact.
I don't know if we're going to be able to see inside the bridge. It looks like there's some stuff hanging
some
down over the excess.
kind of blocking the way.
Here's the frontal view of the director, though. Wow, that's actually a good shot.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful shot.
Yeah, if we can capture that one, that would be really good. And those three, are those actually windows, those three areas, the lower part? I see openings up top, but
yeah.
could we zoom in a little on those, just below the openings, the three, whatever they are?
Sure,
Just
go ahead, test
below,
whenever you're ready.
yeah, below the crabs.
Yeah, below the crab, yeah.
Can you explain for us how this, how these directors would have functioned?
It's
What role that would
it's a part of the fire control system used to, you know, calculate where the direction where the ship, where you want to aim the guns and everything. So, and then you have a rangefinder that's going to, you know, locate or, you know, kind of calculate the distance to target. This is actually a Mark 37 type director. And that's just the Navy's
Yeah, it says
classification.
these are windows.
Yeah.
So is a person making that calculation, or the machinery inside, or together?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
How much, I guess, of the direction, how much of that function was visual ranging, and how much of it was machinery?
Well, you have a sailor kind of using the machine to calculate it, so the sailor's collecting the information. I don't know how to put a percentage on it. It's a kind of a, But this type of director was fairly common in the war.
Okay, Tess, thank you.
So we'll probably, if we look upon more destroyer wrecks, we'll probably see this type of structure again. So remember it well.
Here's the mast.
Yeah.
Describe like
Broken off
You okay?
and fallen aft.
Say again?
Broken off and fallen aft.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, one of our scientists, said it was possible to link the 5-inch guns to the director, and the director could turn the mounts and elevator to press the guns independently.
Yep.
Wow. One of the most complex analog computers ever made. At least at this point in history, that's fair.
Yep.
Wow, that structure.
How tall is the forward superstructure on these destroyers?
I don't know, sorry.
Follow the mast down, you might find the bell on it. Want to try?
Yeah.
Smart, Jonathan.
It would be kind of cool to see the bell. That would be one of the iconic images of the ship.
We'll take a look for it later on our central run. We can spend some time.
Wow.
So for those of you just joining us, we're looking at the USS Laffey. So it was originally a 106-meter long Benson-class destroyer. It was built in 1941. But we've seen it was a little bit shorter than that. A lot of the bow is missing from a torpedo. And we're looking Iron Bottom Sound, a place where many naval battles took place, World War II. Taking a close look, we just came from, we were looking at the
Mark 37 director.
The director. All right, so that's how you can look for other close ships. Saw a little bit of friendly fire earlier. Might be searching for a bell. It's a good place to be.
Nothing overhead. Coming up on the second level.
Wow.